Usually when you talk about the now, then it's usually associated with, okay, the first thing that appears then in your awareness, perhaps, is your surroundings. And that's already a great step into the now. It's the first important step into the now, to become aware of whatever surrounds you, the space that surrounds you, wherever you may be, and whatever takes place in that space. And you may notice when you become aware of those sense perceptions, because it's through sense perceptions that you become aware of whatever happens around you, that involves visual, auditory, and to some extent the other senses too, the main ones being visual and the seeing and hearing. So as we enter the now, we become more aware of our surroundings. It's the first step into the now. And now, when you do that, and let's do that now, just not thinking I'm going to practice now, no, just become more aware of your surroundings. It's no practice, and it's not a doing, it's just an awareness arises of this room, the people in this room, the man sitting on the chair, talking, the lights, beautiful arrangement there. And that is the space of now. So what the word to use is you acknowledge what is. And close to acknowledging, you go a little bit deeper, you appreciate what is. What before you probably overlooked completely. You might see something that you before had not appreciated, the sky, for example. How many times are you aware of the sky and say, oh, and it's beautiful. And even a cloudy sky, there's always this light filtering through the clouds. Now, you might notice when you become aware of what I call the surface of now, which are the sensory perceptions that reveal the world to you, already a shift in consciousness happens, because now you're not thinking as much. You cannot be very much aware of sense perception and really be looking at the sky or at a tree or a flower or a street scene and be thinking a lot. You have to be really there as the presence. So to become aware of the present moment, to become aware of sense perceptions is an important step, and some people are so out of touch with their surroundings, they are never where they are. They are in the stream of their thinking, with only enough attention not to bump into things. But that's all the attention they give. They can maneuver their way through the furniture or the streets, but most of their attention is on the stream of thinking. A lot of it, by the way, useless, you might have noticed, and a lot of that negative too. Critical, complaining, having an issue with this or that, thinking about an unpleasant person yesterday or 10 years ago, and thinking what might go wrong tomorrow or tonight. And all kinds of, it takes you, that consciousness is continuously being absorbed by thinking. And people are in the grip of the stream of thinking. It pulls you along, amplified these days by the digital gadgets. We might be talking about that a little later. The grip of compulsive thinking, where one thing after another arises in your mind and you identify with everything that comes into your mind. Amplified, as I said, by the digital stuff, which called, want your attention, this is important, another email coming in, a text message. It must be important. Somebody just posted something on Facebook. And you see a photo of a dinner plate, having dinner at such a... And of course, then you have to reply and you say, cool, cool, it's great. And that absorbs all the attention, is continuously being absorbed. It was bad enough before the digital things, but now it gets amplified. More stuff in your mind, more stuff. And you're drowning in stuff. And I'm not meaning physical stuff. Some people also drown in physical stuff, but you're drowning in mental stuff. One thought after another, one text message after another, one Facebook posting after another, one unpleasant memory or anxious thought after another, one complaint after another about other people, what they did and failed to do and should have done but didn't do. But so there's no end to the stuff, and you are missing the present moment. Your attention is absorbed by useless and compulsive thinking. And imagine living like that for 10, 20, 30, 40 years. What that does to your habitual state of consciousness and you as a person. What kind of person does that state of consciousness produce? Anxious, angry, whatever their habitual state is, continuously dissatisfied, continuously needing desperately the next thing, which is never enough. So this is what we're getting out of. Just wanted to show you a little illustration of the normal state. So now we go back into the present moment, and as you become more aware of your sense perceptions, your alertness, and when I say alertness, don't let that be just a conceptual thing. Alertness needs to be something that you can only know what alert awareness is by experiencing alert awareness. You cannot understand conceptually what alert awareness is. And everybody here, I would say, knows already and can verify in their own experience the difference between being absorbed in being identified with the voice in your head, which is habitual compulsive thinking, and being in a state of alert awareness, which looks like this. You don't have to look like that, I'm acting it out. I'm just wanting to give a visual representation of it. It goes. So what arises here is presence. When you become aware of your sense perceptions, there needs to be less thinking and more presence. So thinking subsides with that alertness that arises, and don't let it just be words now as I speak. You can verify in yourself that there can be a subtle shift from being involved in thinking into suddenly being fully here with your attention.